have come down to the beach and it's raining. But who cares? It's beach time. Somebody has found her other drug from snow to sand. This is fun. I'll get the name of the boat again. I've forgotten the name of the boat, but this wreck has been here for quite a few years, and the last time I was here there was a lot more of it. There is definitely a lot less of it now. And this is one of those beaches in Oregon that you can drive on. 5 miles in that direction, you can actually get off again. So the entry point here, which is sort of just up where there's a little culvert thing there. You might not be able to see it. You can get on there, but it can be a little bit rough. As in, they don't groom the road here because they don't want to emphasize that you can come and go on here. But if you went 5 miles down, I think it's called Sunset, you can actually get on the beach there and drive this way. I don't know if they've changed the policy here. They used to be not allowed to drive that way, but you can drive that way. And we're going to try doing that tomorrow when we go down to Canon Beach. We're just here to let Bella run in the surf. There's definitely a lot less of this boat. The sea is doing its work, cleaning up the environment, which means it's breaking down this metal. Not as a good thing, but it's just what the oceans do. Lots of jellyfish. You having fun, Missy Muppet? There's something about the ocean. Can't really smell it now like I did earlier. The sound though. That rolling sound of waves. It's hypnotic. I'm already getting excited to drive on the beach. It might happen earlier than I anticipated, which was tomorrow. I think I made the right choice. I was really skeptical about coming down here because my buddy wasn't with me. But you got to do it. I committed myself to making a decision to want to go camping, and then I was trying to find an answer to stop me from going. And now I've decided that you got to push. You got to get out of that corner of the street. You know, you've got to finish your job and move on. Take the day, take the evening, start the drive, put one foot in front of the other, and go. And today, we got here around 10. They said, okay, you can get into your campsite. By 12:30, I was built. I'd had lunch. We'd corrected our site because we'd moved at the gate there, and then we're on the beach by 1 o'clock. And the time flies. And I'm out with my other buddy who is loving it. It's a wet Springer Spaniel with a bad leg, but she seems to be okay right now. I'm not pushing her. She can walk at her pace. She's on sandwich. I know some people say that it's good for you, some say it's bad for you. I know it's harder to walk on the soft stuff, but she seems to be doing okay. We come to storm watch. I don't know if we're going to get wind for a stormy watch, but we've got the Oregon mist, and we've got the breakers rolling in. What are we? Probably 3 to 4 feet swells further out, but other than that, they're not that rough. The sound. In the way of clothing, we got that right too. I bought my Gore-Tex jacket, Gore-Tex pants. I'm going to say it wrong, but my Fjällräven pants, which are really comfortable. And I bought my Columbia, either Columbia or Merrell, I believe the Columbia, sort of a rain winter boot. Not something that you can go puddle jumping in, but they are Gore-Tex. Perfect for this weather. Bundle up. It says you can't go for a walk in the rain. The drizzle. I mean, I put my hood down thinking I was okay, but it was hitting me from the back. It's a fine mist which just soaks you. So, yeah, clothing was packed pretty cool. Got that sorted out, got it right, and I'm actually just perfect temperature. And there it is, the wreck of the Peter Ardell. So there's a possibility that these guys are going to try and get up that road there. We'll see. The Jeep's going there first, followed by the Ram with the camper. Oh, did he get bogged? Unless he's just staging right there for the Jeep that we can't see. So it looks like a pickup truck got bogged down in front. And I'm going to say that the Jeep I thought the Jeep was pushing him, but I'm guessing the Ram at the back winched the pickup truck out. Looking at that. See, this is where you get stuck here. If you don't make it, you've got to get out, and then you have to drive the 5 miles that way. The 5 miles down the beach, because otherwise you're not going to make it. And they specifically don't grade this beach section because they want to stop cars going in and out of here, because it's actually easier 5 miles down. But it doesn't stop even me trying every now and then. Not sure if he's under his own power there or if he's being winched. He's got his hazard lights on, that's for sure. Oh, he's being winched. I see the ram moving now. Brought him back to the hard pack. And the white truck has taken the easy way out. Back down 5 miles. Well, the ram went up and then back down, and then I lost the picture. So his buddies are staging. I guess the ram got it up. Comes the Nissan. And then the other ram. Now this is a great spot, if you've never been here, to actually see breakers coming over this break wall. But it's great when it's windy. So anybody can get out of their car when it's drizzly like this and just want to go quickly to see a viewing area. The problem is you can get soaked. So for me, I donned the rain pants and the rain jacket again just because I want to stay dry, and not being in the big trailer where the furnace is. Yes, we'll have the pot-belly stove tonight. Yes, score. Doesn't mean everything will dry out, but this is what I love about this place. It's amazing, and it's only a little bit of wind, but check this out. That's what we're here for. I wish it was just a little bit windier. I've been here where the wind behind me, the wind hitting the waves behind me were clearing this breakwater. If I remember rightly, this breakwater was created by the Army Corps of Engineers. But yeah, in fact, look carefully, see some of those waves hitting the breakwater there, going up halfway. Amazing. Truly is amazing. Battery Russell, 1904 to 1944, and this is a gun emplacement at Fort Stevens. One of them. There's actually two, and there's the main museum, and this is what they use to fend off any invaders that may well have been on the way to invade Oregon and Washington State, or try and enter the Columbia River. And I'm not going to get out for this one, I'm just going to do a drive-by. Just so wet. Again, you can see some of the emplacements up there, and also right down here there's a set of stairs that lead up to the battery positions up in here. Hopefully we can get to see them tomorrow. As I was about to enter the park, I saw a couple of cars pulled over, and we see some elk. And this fellow's got some horns, or antlers. Pretty cool to see. Not only do we get some ocean views, we've got some wildlife as well. Hey everybody, so we came back after our mini adventure. We then hit the town, we did a little bit of grocery shopping, and I just want to show you now our little abode setup. We made dinner. It was a reheat of some food left over from last week. Used the Dutch oven with a trivet in the bottom and just left it on the stove, and it just, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing how you can make an oven when you're camping. But let me show you around our campsite. So yes, there is a washing line. Here is the kitchen. We have the lights on. Look at that, an electric kettle. And I have a power cord there that's actually going to the FSR light. Not that you can able to see it, but there's the power bar. That's actually going up to the FSR light. That's its own power supply, so we can leave that on all the time. A bucket of wood, which I've hardly made a dent in currently. Let's see, I'll just turn the pod light on. Hardly made a dent. That's been on for probably an hour, 2 hours now. And all it takes is small bits of wood like that. Then we have our washing line, because Bella's soaking wet. I've got to try and get her dry, but I've also got to keep her towels dry, so this fire works amazingly. Tea towel for the dishes, my coat, and that's just a tote box there drying another towel, and this wood burning stove with a little baby here. And then I bought the love seat with me, and that's just an umbrella because we just went out for a walk. And the love seat works great because Bella can sit right next to me now, and she is actually roaming around trying to get into the trailer, I think. Yeah, she wants in the trailer because you can see she's pointing, and that's what she does. She wants to get into the door, which I'm not going to let her. And then from here I have a pod light on the hot water tank there, so we can see when we're out in this area, because it's the dark area. I did not make anything, I don't know if you can see in and around here. The floor here does not have a tarp around it, and I do have a hole at this far end. And that's okay, it lets us breathe a little bit. But what I did do is I did put a tarp underneath of the trailer at the back to stop the draft. Now you can see a puddle here. It has not stopped raining since we've got here today. And luckily this comes and goes, so it's not so bad. And then underneath of the love seat I did put a mat, just in case Bella wants to, you know, lie on the floor. I just hate her sitting on the garden, on the grass and the mud. And then the titanium stove. I love titanium, and that's because look at the color of the stovepipe. I better move that. Look at that. That is the sign of true titanium when it turns blue. But yeah, this thing is kicking heat right now. Kicking tons of heat. Good morning, everybody. Sunday morning, and we've just woken up. Put Bella in here because people were wandering around. She's starting to get interested in other people, and the problem there is there's some of the dogs on leashes and stuff like that. But we cracked the fire up, and it is going nicely. Just put it on, so that's why it's smoking right now. So everything's looking good. The weather has finally complied with what we wanted, but they did say rain on Saturday, and Sunday was going to be dry. So it's very cloudy and dewy right now, obviously from the rain last night, and hopefully we'll get to see a bit more today. We're going to go down to Canon Beach. Going to go onto the beach today, drive the beach for about 5 miles, see what that's all about, and yeah, we're just going to have a great day. And there's the stove, it's just starting to go. So it always gets a bit smoky in here in the morning when you first start it, or even at night when you first start it, but that's because it's got a vent and draw. So we're just trying to get it going right now. Again, we have the kettle on, we're about to get the stove on, and we're going to cook a hot breakfast today. FSR light is on charge. The bacon is on the go. Gonna have hash browns, cheese. We're not having dog food. And beans. Right now, the bacon is cooking. And there is the finished product for breakfast. I did forget the cheese, but anyway. Welcome back to our day 2. Bit of a delayed start. Ended up having a conversation with a neighbour on the campground about trucks, vehicles, camping, travelling, listening to her insights and my insights, so it was pretty cool. But today we're going to head off to Canon Beach, and we are going to try driving onto the beach. And I think when I come out 5 miles down the beach, there is this memorial, I say memorial towards the, there is a memorial for, I think, the bombing of mainland USA from one of the Japanese planes or ships, but I'm going to read it up to be accurate when we get down there. But yeah, we're going to see what it's like. Totally different day from yesterday with the rain. It's going to be interesting to drive onto the beach to see if we got a better view. We got another vehicle going down the beach as well. My plan for the beach is going to be medium speed. I am not going to air down. I should, but to air down for 5 miles to come back up again is just, you know, a lot of work in my mind. 4-wheel high. I think I'm going to put my diff lock on, and I'm just going to go the medium speed because I don't want to churn up the sand because it creates washboard, and I don't want to sink in. So I'm not going to go fast. I'm definitely not going to be going too slow. So I think I'm going to throw this back down in a minute to 2nd gear. Go. Oh, look at this. The sea is in quite high. That could be a different challenge altogether. I think what we're going to do now is go and have a look, because if the beach is full of water, there's no way of getting in. So, and I don't want to drive on or in the sand. Diff lock off for high engaged. Not too high. So, to be safe than sorry, I am going to go check on how high that tide actually is and what the coast beach looks like. Any fool can drive in there and spend 3 hours getting unstuck, so. If not, we can do it on the way back. In fact, that's a good plan. Maybe we can do it on the way back. Come on, sun, come on out. A bit more surf today. So, yeah, look at that. Right down there was where we were at yesterday. That's pretty cool. Way nicer day. The Ardell is underwater. A lot of people here today now the sun's out, and it looks like it could be passable to go down there. Might well be passable. There's a lot of trucks down there. It's just that very beginning there that could be a little bit soft. This area right sort of in here. Trouble is, you get stuck. You got no way out. And then 5 miles down the beach, I'm not sure. I think I'm not gonna risk it at the moment. I think I'm gonna come back on the beach, and that is purely because if the tide is in and there's minimal crossings down there, you could get stuck, and I really don't want to be stuck on my own today. I want to go and explore, so we will work on that. So this is the historical landmark marker, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but on June 21st, 1942, a 5.5 shell exploded here, one of 17 fired at the Columbia River Harbor Defense installations by the Japanese submarine I-25. The only hostile shelling of a military base on the US mainland during World War II, and the first since the War of 1812. So, just a little bit of history. And they've made this commemorative garden as well. People from the Legion, veterans stationed at Fort Stevens. Quite fitting for this day, November the 10th, going into November the 11th, and Remembrance Day weekend for us in Canada, even though I'm down in the US. Pretty cool. So as we're traveling down the 101 highway, the coast road, we went through Seaside. It's just a holiday resort town. But as we're exiting Seaside, we have to climb over this mountain range or this hill, and as you can see, the weather is changing again, but this is normal for here. You could sort of head south and think, oh my goodness, this is going to be, you know, quite bad. It might get drizzly in here, but you clear the top and come back down. It's sort of like a miniature rainforest style environment, and then it clears up, or it stays the same on the other side, and that is the gamble. I could have stayed in Fort Stevens, stayed in Seaside where it's somewhat sunny, but I want to get down to Canon Beach and Haystack Rock because it's a beautiful area. Beautiful area. And it looks like the gamble paid off. I'm thinking the weather is just as good on this side. Welcome to Canon Beach. And there's a really good coffee bar in this town. If I remember rightly, I think it's Monk's Coffee. Check it out. It is that time of day for a coffee.